Happy Monday, happy day. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, solstice, all of it. If I miss something, let me know. I'll bring it up. Ramadan's coming up, all that stuff. I'm in for all of it. But I grew up on Christmas. We had a tree in our house, and that's why I have a tree here for you guys. You can't see the lights. They're lit. I think they're lit. Are they lit? Hang on. Let me see if they're lit. They are not lit. Did the batteries die on me? They might have. Nope, just didn't turn them on. Now the lights are on. Can't believe they've been off all day. Oops, I'm a bad Christmasin. But I'm happy to be here. I'm really stoked on that tree, guys. Glad to see you. Glad to see everybody. Check in with everybody. I see a Jim Largo, a Bjorn Jorgensen, a Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures, who asked, "Who's the chick in the thumbnail?" I don't know. I think it's the girl, or a girl that looks just like the one that played Mary Jane Watson in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but I don't know if it's her or not. Bjorn cannot wait to get home and open his Resurrection Toys order. I can't wait for you to open it either. And yes, I was hoping that someone would notice that the tree in the thumbnail had a Godzilla tree topper on it. I felt it was right. Emma Stone. Yes, it is Emma Stone. At least it looks like her. But of course, I see Gojatron, Kieran Ball, and I see the Epic Baja. And Brandon Gamitra just says, "Hey, just finishing break from work, dancing Godzilla." Dancing Brandon. Nice to see you, pal. No one's here. Says, "Hi, chat, and hope everyone had a good weekend." Badger says, "My house smells like smoke because there's a fire in the foothills. Tentatively packing a pair of bags. In the event it explodes, I need to bounce tonight." Exciting. I did forget Festivus for the rest of you. You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. Wilhelm Toy and Hobby is here. Says, "Hello, everyone. Hello to you too, my friend. Good to see you. If you haven't subscribed to Wilhelm's channel, you're wrong. I believe he just hit or will be hitting 100 within a couple subscriptions. So go over there and make that happen. Thank you. Toy Connections is here. Toy Grinds time. It's not all. The best toy grinds are when you're here, my friend. I appreciate you. Logic Blasters here asks, "How's it going?" It's going very well, my friend. Good to see you. No, I'm not mad. I promise I'm not mad. The chicken thumbnail's your mistress. Hey, nothing wrong with having a thing for redheads. I do. Trust me. Okay, you're gonna open your toys on Instagram after the stream. Nice. And Woman of Cardboard is here, who's probably driving. John, please be safe, brother. All right, please be safe. And the obligatory hello and cheers to all. Cheers. Yes, I'm drinking water. No one has to type it. Okay, Will's at 96. Needs 4 more. Okay. And Aaron Schultz is here. All right. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Hit 99 yesterday. Oh, 96 is... What?
That's weird. That's really weird. I think I got him. I think I got him. I think I did. If I didn't, guys, mods. If I didn't get the bot, you get him. I think I got him. Yeah, that's actually from Sketchy Etchy Glass. It's one of my pickups from Retropalooza, the video that I have yet to make. 2 months late on that shit. It's cool. It's a cool glass for sure. You like redheads? I won't tell Andy. I won't tell her. I won't tell her. That's a good point, Ken. Sometimes they do purge bots. It does happen. What? Hitting the big time? What are you talking about? What'd I do? I do nothing. Oh, because of the bots. I've had them before. They're all over the comments section, live stuff and everything. He said, I got them. Very cool. What time is Metropalooza next year? I don't. Well, it always starts at the same time every year. But as far as the day, the Houston one is in April, I want to say, and the fall one's always in October. But if you want to know, go to retropalooza.com and I'll tell you all about it. So all that said, we are here. I always have to go into Shredder voice for a second. Back class. Jordan from Canada, formerly anonymous, not anymore. Jordan, happy holidays to you as well, my friend. So, as you guys know from the title below, the topic of today's chat, which I want you to start thinking about, is, are collectors really that difficult to shop for? You know, do we make it difficult to get gifts for? Not just from loved ones, but to each other and things like that. And I think everyone's going to have a different kind of an answer. And I'll get into mine here after we go over some featured pre-order stuff and move forward here. But I want you guys to start thinking about that. And I also want to say right off of the bat that Marcos and Rolo will be streaming tonight, probably starting at 6 here. I don't have plans to stop right before they start or anything like that, but it may happen. Just depends upon how things are. But we are finishing up the Kraken sculpt. So you've been wanting to know what the Kraken looks like. You're going to find out. It's pretty cool stuff. And we'll be posting that link here in chat when that happens, okay? So it'll be good stuff. So let's go into some pre-orders. So I'm going to star some of these comments. I'll come back to them as we go through. But first off today, kicking right off with a "what, are you kidding me?" type of thing, a WTF as we like to call it around here. A $330 6th scale Deadpool. Now, it's a great sculpt. He's 18 inches tall. He's not small. But at $329, it's a bit much to ask. He's a big boy. But not my thing, but I like the way he looks. I think it's interesting. Kojatron asks, what's a Kraken? Why don't you come over and bend over? I'll show you. I screwed that up. Sorry, please don't hit me. All right. So, yeah, see, I started with the overpriced statue because the last time he asked me when I was going to get to it. So I was like, all right, I'll just shut people the fuck up this time. It'll be fun. So there's another one. Now, this one I wanted to show because I really, really like this statue. Like, this is a good sculpt of Logan. Like, this is really good. Again, it's not $329 worth of good to me. But if you're a big fan of the Wolverine character and you don't collect, figures or something, and if you just want, like, because I'm starting to understand who this might be for. Like, the person who doesn't want an action figure but has one or two characters that they're really, really, really into. And, 13 inches tall, just looking amazing the way he is. This might be the statue if you're like a super a super fan of Wolverine, you just want to be able to look at him. He just looks great, and he'd be an amazing display piece in a store or something. But he's a really cool statue. Um, so Bill's asking who buys these $400 statues. I honestly think it's probably people that don't collect toys already, but have an affinity for the character if they're into comics. I do think a lot of these end up in comic book shops and toy stores as display pieces to kind of like fill out the space. But I don't know. I don't know. Ken's like, I'd rather buy a Hot Toys than that. I mean, I understand. I understand. But Kenny's definitely a timeless for sure. And Will, I believe that rumor. Rumor had he has claws. Know how to. He has claws. He knows how to use them. Absolutely. So going to something that I thought was going to be a WTF statue when I saw the picture of it. It's a model kit of Gamera, and it's only $50, but it's only 4 inches. So it's like, wait a minute. So it's a bit weird in terms of the size, but the sculpt is great. And depending upon what you're into, this is pretty cool, and the price ain't bad, right? So I pulled that up, thought for sure that was going to be our WTF, and I was like, well, I got to find something else. So that's where the Wolverine and the Deadpool came in. So that's the reasoning behind all of that. Kieran Ball was waiting for a Marvel Legends John Byrne Wolverine. Okay. All right. No one likes the Gamera. I figured some of you would. Exactly. Wolverine is the best at what he does, and what he does is not very nice. Bub. For sure. Yeah, there are YouTube channels that showcase statue collections. I've seen a couple of them here and there where they'll have like, I've seen a couple guys that have detals that just flanking either side of their collection, and they just have statues in the detals. And then they have the shelves all around it. Like, there's a lot of different ways that they could be used. If I had an extra $300 right now and I couldn't buy toys with it, there's a lot of other things I'd be buying with that $300. And the statue is not it. Hi, DJC. It's good to see you, pal. Nice to see you in here. Please be careful. Maintain positive control of the muzzle of that Nerf gun at all times, okay? Just want to make sure we're keeping it safe around here. So there's a lot of these right now from Planet X. These, Transformers knockoffs, okay, that they have that look really, really good. They're coming out in waves. They're quite good for what they are. But again, they're quite expensive at about $100 a pop. And the scale is not that big. These are like 4 to 7 inches tall. They're not very big at all. But they're fully functional. They work really well. They look great. And, I see them and I go, I want to bring them up because I like them, but the price just kills me. Kieran Ball. My toy room has a statue of limitations issues. That was very. That's quite good. That's good. Jim Largo asks, "Can you be a Gamera fan and a Godzilla fan, or will you get a strongly worded letter from Japan?" I think back in the day it was a little bit different, but now I think people just love kaiju for what it is in general, and you can be one or the other or both. I think more and more the fandom really is moving towards just all love for all kaiju, and I think that's the right way to go. But I don't love Gamera nearly as much as I do Godzilla, but I respect him. God damn it! I know some of you might be into this, at least as far as how it looks as a Camden Rider Shoto Double X Black Sun and Battle Hopper set. It's a little tiny, little tiny guy. And he's $100, but if you're into Camden Rider, like, this looks cool. Like, the sculpt, the absolute detail on this sculpt is just great. I think it's really cool and wonderful that these exist for those that want them. You gotta love them. And I don't know why this isn't flipping through, but there's good shit here for sure. Kaiju, Go to Trump says, all kaiju are love and destruction. That's right. That's right. 100%. 100%. Now, I couldn't stop there. There's more WTF statues. This is a Hot Toys figure, and this is the deluxe version. It's the suit that Spidey is wearing. Spoilers at the end of No Way Home. And to me, this is the definitive Spider-Man suit in any of the Spider-Man films, even though it's on film for a very short time. It is just breathtaking to me. I think it's beautiful, and it's got a great sculpt on it. Again, for the price, I'm not a huge fan of the price, but his eyeballs move and stuff. It's very cool. I love the suit. I love this sculpt, but the price is a no go for me. Okay, it's just not a go. Now for $100 less, you can get him without the diorama set, um, and that's fine. That's still way too much for what it is. But this is one of those times where I would probably, again, if I had the money, right? If I had the money, he's 11 inches tall. He's not a small boy. This is not a 6-inch figure. This is like a big boy. 30 points of articulation, all soft goods. The eyes move. Like it's very cool. Again, I don't have that kind of money, and if I did right now, I wouldn't be spending it on this. But if I did have that kind of money to spend, this is something I would probably be really into. Just because it's the best cinematic suit in my opinion, of the best cinematic Spider-Man in my opinion, and it's just flat out amazing. No pun intended. Okay, but I know it's divisive to look at. It's crazy, right? And he's a goddamn. Yeah, it's pretty expensive, right? I don't like high prices either. I like to pay as little as I possibly can when I'm buying something. But more in line with that is a Godzilla versus Destroyer Toho Monster Series Godzilla. 4.5 inches tall. It's by Band Presto, but the picture is not there. It's a black hole. So a 5-inch figure that looks like a black hole. Like until I see the sculpt, I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to order it. I can't. No. It's cool that this exists, right? It's cool that it exists. Logic Black says, I love Spidey, but I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, Kieran Ball says, Black Egg, how much? $26, right? If you want a colored egg with something in it, you can go to resurrectingtoys.com right now and get a Build-A-Figure inside of an egg. And you get to decide what color egg you want. Humbug! Will is a big spender compared to Rolo. I get that. And speaking of spendy, but this is a little bit more reasonable. This is getting into the Magic Square third-party Transformer stuff. So you have Ramjet and Thrust and the blue one. I don't know who that is. I forget because I'm old. But I was looking at these because I had Ramjet as a kid. I remember getting him in a service merchandise. It was one we didn't normally go to, and he was just up on the shelf. And my parents were off shopping, and they let me just stay in the toy aisle. Back in a time when you could get away with that somewhat, and people not be like, "Oh my God, you left your kid in the toy aisle!" Blah, 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 blah. And absolutely love this guy. So I was like, man, I should get these. And I started looking at the other ones. But here's where I start to get like, what? They're 4.5 inches tall. So that means they're $30 a piece for something that's about this big. Right? Now, I have Transformers that are about that big. And they cost me $12 a piece. No thank you, sir and or ma'am. Thrust, Dirge, and Ramjet, the Coneheads. Yes. Consume mass quantities, Energon? Absolutely. You bet. You bet. Cool stuff. But for the size, I'm like, what? Throwing this one in random in case Melvor sees it. This is a phone and game controller holder that is striped from the Gremlins. There's really nothing to this. The price ain't bad for what they are. They're really sturdy. They actually function pretty well as well. I have a couple of these on pre-order of other characters. I don't know. I'm just going to reload this page. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. See if this works. Oh, that's just ew. Why did your page not load right, Big Bad? God. Anyway, it's cool. Melvor, if you're watching this, we should get this for Billy for Christmas. Just saying. And then last but not least, I don't know if I went over this before, but this is a 1/6 scale cabinetry. That's meant to look like it's made from a storage container, like those big things. And so it's 13 inches tall, so it's big. And because of its relative size, if you were to not apply maybe the decals or something, like you could probably, because a 6-inch figure would be right around here on it. All right. Shelves that big do exist, right? And it's a little expensive. They've got in 3 different colors. But those of you that are more creative than I am might come up with something cooler to do with that. You know, oh yeah, like if he was holding water or food after midnight, dun dun dun, the whole thing. People let their kids run wild in the aisle of Walmart around here all the freaking time. Yeah, but it was different in the 80s. You know that. You know that. But just wanted to bring that up to you guys. It's just a little something, something. There wasn't a lot on there unless you're really into anime stuff, which I know we're not as a community as a whole. It's not something we focus on. So that is a whole thing. That is a whole thing. Yeah, if the grandma were holding a heat gun, that would be pretty crazy. That would be pretty crazy. Mildly insane indeed. So that's our feature pre-orders for the day. Now we're going to get into our topic. Are collectors hard to shop for? So let me give you my baseline, and then I'll get into like the original answers to the questions, and we'll go from there. So for me, when you're a collector, whether it's film, music, toys, video games, statues, pint glasses, hats, t-shirts, whatever. After you start to amass a fairly sizable collection, what tends to happen is that the people around you that don't collect, or the other people around you that do collect, just don't have any idea anymore what you do and don't have, because you're grabbing things at such a breakneck pace. And if they're wanting to buy you something within that collection, they've got to go some pretty sneaky ends to figure out how to do that. And Bill Wifta, what did I tell you? I have water. I said that before I took even one sip of the beer. Da, 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 da. Show you water. But people have to go to these great lengths to figure out what would be appropriate in your collection, right? And I understand that. I empathize with that. When your friends and partners have no idea what the fuck to get you, and they just want to do something that that works. And I do see a lot of people in chat like genericizing certain things when it comes to like getting gift cards or asking for cash. But here's my take on it. Here's my basic take on it, right up front. Actually, before I do that, I want to go ahead and get through all these. So Bill says, according to his family, you're hard to buy for. I can see that. Will says, yes, absolutely. Some chump steps to me with a gift that doesn't meet my standards. I slap him silly. I believe that. I know he's joking. Woman Corporate says, collectors, difficult to shop for? Think of the time you asked for a Transformer and got a GoBot for Christmas. That's a good point. It's a good point. Kieran Ball's family knows just to give money because you're so OCD about your collectibles. All right. Logic Blaster says, just buy a gift card for an online toy store works for me. Okay. Bjorn says, he's not hard to shop for, but his dad thinks otherwise. Go to Tron tells people to get gift cards. I'll buy my own useless crap. Fair. No one says, personally for myself, I don't think so. Anything Family Guy, Motu, G.I. Joe, I'm good, even if I already have it. Haha. And then Will closes out by saying, I think most of the time people will give you something, one, you already have, two, something vaguely related to what you like, but not quite it. Yeah. And I think depending upon how it is, that's going to be different. So, like, gift cards are king, Wilhelm says. Okay, that's fair. Logic Blaster saying, which website do you order most from? And I will buy you a gift card for credit. Fair enough. Jim Lawler says, Valaverse is always the right gift. Subtle hint. Yes. Mulver says, Stormtrooper, Sharkticons, and other resorted army builder characters, just be on the safe side. Good. That's a good point. That's very good. That's a great way to do it. And Ken, of course, prefers gift cards. Now, when I was growing up, my folks tried very hard to get me the stuff that I actually asked for. But they also were very good at thinking outside of the box. Like, you would get what you wanted, but then they would also try to give you other things to fill out and diversify things. A couple of years ago for my birthday, I got these NES coasters that I've been using ever since. Now, at the time, I said I would never have bought these for myself, but I love them. That individual took that as a slight, thought I was being negative, and I said, you don't understand. It's because I like them, but I would not have taken the time or the money to buy them that makes it special. You got me something that makes me smile, that I enjoy, that is something that I wouldn't even think to go looking for, let alone have purchased. It was very thoughtful. I thought it was the perfect gift at the time, but I should not neglect to mention that the relationship with this individual ended less than 36 hours later. I still have the coasters, thank goodness. But I do think that if you're not comfortable buying someone, a collector, something that will go in the collection per se, there are ways to get things that are related if you pay attention. All right. So I like posters, like for films. I like posters. If I have a favorite movie and I don't have that poster, which if I'm in a large enough space where my posters are up, that should be easy to figure out. That's a good move. When it comes to like music, t-shirts are difficult, hats are difficult, but once in a while, if someone's paying attention, they can figure something out, right? So I feel like depending upon what the person collects and the way in which they display their things, I don't know. I think there's ways to make it happen. Um, but I feel like with a lot of you that are saying, "Oh, just get me a gift card," you're taking all the fun out of it. In my personal opinion, I'm not saying I don't understand why you want to go in that direction. But I feel like the fun of giving a gift is thinking it through and knowing that person will enjoy it, even if it's not something they've specifically asked for. And I'm not talking about fucking He-Man socks or something like that. Like, there's a way, like, if you know someone well and you care for them, there's got to be something you can get them, you know? Now, granted, those of you just like the gift cards, like, I understand that, especially if you got, wife and kids, whatever the case may be, and you just don't. You're like, look, just give. This is my safe place. Give me the gift cards. I'll go get it, and I'll show you what you got me. That is valid too. For me, I appreciate getting a gift card. Like, I legitimately appreciate it. But if it's someone that's very close to me, like I've gone to their house for Christmas or something, which does still happen, um, it I'm like, well, I give you enough hints throughout the year, like what I'm into. Like, get creative. Like, try something. Like, do some fun things. Like last year, Jill gave me that Godzilla film cell. Still one of the best Christmas gifts I've ever gotten. You know, despite what happened with that relationship and everything, that's still a great gift. It reminds me of good times, and it's a favorite thing of mine. Again, would never have gotten that for myself. I would not have spent that kind of money on that thing, but it was a very sweet thing to do. It's cherished. It's awesome. So I just like, to me, I don't think collectors are hard to shop for if you know the person. Now, if you just gave someone a list of collectors and said, go shop, that would be nerve-wracking, to say the least. But let's catch up with chat here. Bill wants a Laser Shark, of course. Grocery gift cards, those are thoughtful. But my mother, when she was still around, she'd give me just money for Christmas as an adult, right? Because we didn't get a chance to like be in person for Christmas, so it was cheaper for her just to send me the money. But then I would have to like make a video and take pictures of what I got. That was the deal that we made. But if she found that I spent that money on bills or groceries, she got really upset. So she really wanted to make sure I had a good Christmas. It was really important to her. I like Rolo's point. It says collectors are easy to get presents for. All it wants is a dang $14.99 piece of plastic. It's fair enough. It's fair enough. Bill says actually, if someone gives you something, then you should accept it happily and thank them. Agreed. I agree. It's always appreciated. But if someone's giving that gift card out of desperation because they just they don't know, that's frustrating for me. Because it's happened a couple times. They're like, I got you a gift card because I didn't know what, and I could feel their frustration in that, right? But they were happy to give me something. I was happy to have it, and I would show them what they got, and that's cool. It's a cool process. But I do feel like there's a discussion to be had there, because if you're a person that really enjoys giving a gift and you just cannot figure out what to give them, it's hell. It really is. Melvor standing the Laser Sharks, and Jim Largo says, I miss wish book catalogs. We could circle all our favorites and hope that the folks got the hint. I mean, that's something, I've been joking lately that maybe I should start like printing, like put together collages of the stuff that's coming up that I want, or stuff that's in stock that I want around Christmas, and do the like wish book thing, circle thing, and just send those images to friends and family. It might work. It'd be cool if we could make our own wish book. Maybe we should do that next year. Maybe we should do a community wish book. Would you guys be interested in that? If I could find a way to make that work, or you could fill out a form, each person gets a page. It'd be kind of fun, right? Maybe some interesting things to do there. Jim Larkin wants a laser shark with flamingo hat. So okay, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's a bit weird. It's a little weird. Melvor never got any circled items from his wish book. That's a different conversation. Yeah, I was rewatching the episode that you were on, and you kind of mentioned that. You're like, I just kind of stopped after a while. Like, what? Okay. And Gojatron says, remember, folks, no matter what you love, there's a Funko Pop. I'll see myself. Yeah, you better see yourself out after that. Jeez Louise. Edward Batter says, Mom bought me a 7-quart Dutch oven for Christmas, currently sitting under my tree. She knows baking brings me joy. I'm really glad that you filled out that whole thing and didn't make me think that she just forwarded it under the covers. Thank goodness. That's an awesome gift from your mom. It's practical. It'll stay with you a long time, and baking is a lot of fun. And I cannot wait to see what you bake with that oven. All right, and don't fart on anybody. Don't do that. It's very, 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 very mean to do that. Bjorn normally says, just surprise me. Bill Wiftis says, I would have a really hard time being nice if someone gave me a Funko Pop. I agree. Jim Largo says, don't diss the He-Man socks. They have the power of static electricity. That's fair. Rilla says, nasty little Grinch. Also remember, if there's a Funko, there's a fire to throw it into. That's fair. That would bring me some joy, though, if you think about it. Someone gives you a pop of something you don't like, a pop which we don't like. Throwing it in the fire would be fun. So you wouldn't get a lifetime's worth of enjoyment out of it, but, that's fine. Logic Blaster says, most of my close friends and family members have no clue, so I always recommend gift cards, cash, or credit. Cool. All right. I got a couple yeses, and that's a cool idea for the community gift book. I'll figure out what we can do next year. I got to think about how to physically do it. It would have to be a separate webpage or something. Jim Largo says, getting vintage toys from someone's personal collection is the best nostalgia feels without the tax. Yeah, that's actually a really, really good gift idea. And it's something that, on the other hand, you're making space out of your stuff for someone else, and vice versa, and this and that. Um, I had toyed with the idea of doing a Patreon Secret Santa of sorts, and I would have subsidized a few bucks towards everyone's gift or something. And by the time I got the idea, it was just too damn late to do. So sorry, patrons. I thought about it and we just didn't do it. So next year, Patreon Secret Santa and community wide across the board wish book of some kind would be kind of cool. Well, I realize sending me pictures of things. That's not the hard part, Bjorn. The hard part is finding the forms you guys can fill out on your own and we can make together. We'll get there, though. Don't worry. Payne's Toy Samples, welcome back to the stream, says, I'm exceedingly hard to shop for. I just buy what I want for me all year. I know what to get most of my family. They have zero ideas for you. And that's kind of something that I think that's at the crux of what we're talking about, right? You hit the nail right on the head. As a collector, we get stuff for ourselves all of the time, making it harder and harder to have like that grail piece or thing. Like, for example, just last week, there's a specific Napalm Death record I've been searching for. It's my favorite album cover that they've ever done. Um, and I wanted the vinyl primarily for the artwork, but just to have a copy of this record, right? It typically goes for around $50 to $70 in good condition. This guy in the U.S. Had a reissued copy of it. Said that it had a little bit of crush on the sleeve when he first got it, and as such, it was priced accordingly. It was $15, which is the lowest I've ever seen that record go for. Even when it was new, you couldn't get it for less than 20. And I said, send me some pictures. And what he showed me was it was a little bit of wrinkling across the very bottom. The main artwork is more or less fine. The record is perfectly fine. It's fine. Like I don't need to be pristine. I want a copy of it. And so I got that. But up until the moment that appeared, an astute person listening, you know, would probably know that that's something I was after. And I would have felt amazingly horrible had someone gotten that for me. And, whatever. I know no one did, but the point being that, like, we just make it hard, make it difficult for sure. Go to Tron making the rules. No tiger pages in the risk book. I agree. No tiger pages, none whatsoever. Jim Largo's giving NFT style toys next year. They're virtually the same as the real thing. Melvor's like, when is the Laser Shark Christmas catalog? Need to circle what I want. Why don't you just circle the whole catalog, Melvor? You want all the Laser Sharks, sir. You want them all. And they're coming. They're coming. It's fine. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Crazy people. Yeah, Rolo, Laser Sharks are really a thing in here because they like to tease me with it. Just like they tease me with the tiger, just like they tease me with other stuff. They legitimately want laser sharks, but they love to fuck with me about it. They really do. There's about 6 people in here that are going to buy a laser shark, and then they might sell after that. I hope they do. I think it's a cool idea. But they are messing with me a little bit. Laser sharks, laser sharks, laser sharks. I feel like it should be like a cheer. Laser sharks, when they come in. Laser sharks on my shelf. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Bjorn asks if Clamato is going to be an option for the Wish book. It won't be if you keep it up. All right? Clamato going to be an option. I'm not. And this is why they do this, Rolo. They say things like Clamato, laser sharks, the flower, because they like to see that. They like to see the. And Bill's like, no. No, Clamato. And, Bill's got my back. He gives me a hard time. He's my brother. Gojatron says, Flirt's Clamato reference of 39 minutes. We had the over-under. Who had the over-under? Who gets the pot? Big pitcher of beer with all the $5 bills. They're like, oh, me. I win. Yay! Sorry, though. It's okay. But I do feel like whatever someone is into, I do feel like the creative gifts are the best way to go. That does not mean I want Godzilla pajamas or anything. Nor is this me a thinly veiled, like, if you're thinking of last minute Christmas ideas for me. I mean, if you want a last minute Christmas idea for me, buying me beer is always an option, which you can do by hitting the tip button right in the description. But that said, in all reality, because I was thinking about, like, okay, this is the last stream I'm going to have before Christmas here on this channel. Okay. On Christmas, we'll be over at the Grindhead Gym Twitch channel, which you can get to by going to twitch.tv/grindheadgym or grindheadgym.com/twitch. And we're going to be doing some charity work for the homeless over there. It's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to it. That'll be on Christmas Day. But leading up to Christmas, we're going to be doing some Resurrection Toy stuff all through the week. So please make sure that you're following over there on Twitch. So it's, I try to do stuff, every year for that sort of thing and whatever else. But as I was thinking, this is my last one before Christmas, for the Toy Grinds Live. What can I talk about this Christmas Eve? Because I have the tree here, and I was really happy about it. And I started thinking about, like, at its core, what's the best thing for me about Christmas as a kid? I could go over certain years, certain toys, whatever. But ultimately, it was that my parents were always very, very thoughtful. Very thoughtful. They would go the extra length to make sure I got what I wanted if they could make it happen. And whether or not they made that happen, they tried to make everything else fit. Like, if they knew I needed pajamas or something, they tried to get something that I would actually enjoy. They try to stay away from, like, generic stuff. My mother, as I got older, realized that socks were something I actually appreciated because I did not ever want to buy socks. So she would get me socks every year because she knew that I would rip the shit out of some socks. And that was kind of like a half joke, from basically the time I was like 15 or 16 until I was well into my 20s, where she would just, like, I know you're not going to buy these, so here you go. And I was always, again, I was grateful for it, because by then my socks were destroyed. And man, I don't know how often you guys put on a new pair of socks, but the first time you put on a new pair of socks, it is comfortable. Okay. Or there were other certain things that I legitimately needed or wanted, but I just did not like spending money on. But there were things that were established that I did like. Those are really good gifts. So, for example, for a collector, if you use those poly bags, which, by the way, Melvor, your bags are still here. They've been sitting here for you. Come get your bags, bruh. We'll hang out for an evening. I won't put you on camera. We'll just have fun. You could get them poly bags. You could get, different supplies. Like, if they have one of these box cutters, figure out what they have and get them some new blades. If they use, I don't know, if they use a hair dryer, get them a heat gun. Just anything you can think of, right? If there's a certain kind of storage bin that a collector friend uses and that, or a loved one, get them the same storage bins. Those are not cheap, and they are always needed. Yes, Bill, I'll be careful. I promise. Promise. That's right. 23rd is definitely a special, and we will have something on the 24th as well, even if Anyone can't participate because the 24th is Christmas in Europe and celebrated in Mexico as well. But we'll definitely have that special. Belvor wants a Grindhead Jim build a figure in the Laser Sharks line. I mean, if y'all legitimately want one, we'll talk about it. I don't know why you'd want an action figure of me. I would think seeing me once a week is plenty. All right. Uh, Jim Logo says Godzilla Long Johns with spicy food butt flap action feature. Yeah, nice. Belt size underrooms, preferably Shazam. Okay. He's like, give me my bags. Well, come get them. Come get them. They are right here. Hey, they're right here. Like Willie in Temple of Doom. Figure stands make a great stocking stuffer. You are not wrong. And Bill's like, go get him, lazy. You know Melvor too well, sir. Well, I'm tired. All joking aside, man, whenever you are ready to come here and get them, please do. It would be nice to see you, and also, I want you to have your freaking bags, bro. It's been they took like 2 weeks to ship, and we talked about that. Would have been early May, like the first week of May. So it's been over 6 months. So, barely is here. Nice to see you. You're not late. You arrive exactly when you mean to. So, I do encourage everyone to think about those types of things, right? Granted, it's a little late to do that for this Christmas, but for those of you collectors that you're like, give me gift cards and this and that, I challenge you, especially those of you that have family that struggle or that really want to do something cool for you. Maybe form a tradition like that, whether it's some kind of a supplies or figure stands, or just like getting the poly bags, but then inside the first bag is the gift card or something. I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can do that. Like for video game players, especially if they're current generation, more so with retro, I would say actually. Get them a controller for the game system they use the most. Those things break all the time. Get them a controller. If you got somebody who vapes, get them batteries, get them coils. There's tons of stuff out there you can get. Well, I say hi to Paula. Right back at her. Hi, Paula. Nice to see you. Cody Tron says you can find a lot of outside the box collector gifts on Etsy. Absolutely. Like one of the things I keep meaning to get is the Lament configuration box from Hellraiser. They make a tissue cover for of that, and I wanted one, and I'll eventually get one if I don't have it by the time I move. I'll just get that as a housewarming gift for myself. And Melvor says, of course a Jim figure Laser Sharks lined. I'm their April O'Neil. Okay. Help me, Laser Sharks, help me. Chucky says hi. Well, hi, I'm Chucky. Want to play? Hi, nice to see you, Chucky. Sorry. Roman Corbett says, I have always been difficult to buy for. My relatives just started getting me a Toys R Us gift card, but that ended on a sour note. Ugh, not fun at all. Not fun at all. These things do happen, but you want a Jim Laser Shark figure too. Okay, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. So, but oh, what kind of music Paul might like? Oh, okay, I gotcha. John wants my figure to be in scale with Desert Rat. Well, I don't know about that because freaking Tony. Sorry, I was just trying not to say Desert Rat, and my brain just went completely. Tony is about 6 inches taller than I am. He's like 6 foot something. So it'd be in scale. I'm glad you said in scale. So it would have to be a little bit shorter. Oh! We wish you a Merry Beer, Miss, and a Happy New Beer. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. Appreciate the beer. Appreciate that. Now, no one get too excited, folks. That's Guatemalan. That's about $5, I think. I don't know, honestly. Did I get this wrong? No, I got that wrong. I don't know how much that is, so I don't want to say that. Uh, whether it's $5 or 50,000, I appreciate it all the same. And I'm going to enjoy the beer. Thank you, my friend. And when Toys R Us closed down? Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. Shout us around. Well, yeah, I am. I've mentioned Resurrection Toys like 17 times. And Marcos is ready to stream. So as soon as you are ready to go live, I will hit the button for you at 6 o'clock. Um, Paul likes hard rock, AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne, Led Zeppelin, etc. Johnny Sorensen will catch replays and watching Miami Vice while going over some study bullshit. Have a good day, night, people. No, you have a good day, night, sir. Always good to see you, Johnny. Always good to see you. There's never been a time that I've seen you and gone, this is a bad time to see Johnny. Not once. Not once. Not once. Not once. But you know, so I do feel like there's a lot to consider, because I knew a lot of people were going to be like, gift cards, gift cards, gift cards. So I really do hope that you guys reconsider this when it comes to next year. Give the people that you love and love you, give them the means to do something, because I don't know if you know what it feels like to have someone that has a passion, and you're just like, here's a plastic card with X amount of money on it. Like, it takes the love out of the gift in many ways, to me. Not as the receiver, but as the person giving the gift. I feel like I should have done more. Personally. That's me. Okay? And know that there's a good chance someone you care about wants to give you something that has some meaning behind it, even if it's just something as mundane as a set of poly bags and some rubber bands. If that makes you happy, they're happy. So give them the means to make you happy, folks. You got to do that. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into Q&A. We'll do Q&A for about 10 minutes or so, and that'll cross over with the Resurrection Toys stream. I'm going to go ahead and post that link into chat, and actually I'll do that later. I'll have it ready to go. So as soon as we're done, I'm going to post that into chat, and I hope you guys will all join us for some sculpting happy fun times. And Bill says, all I want for Christmas is my 2 front laser sharks. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front laser sharks. Dun, 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 dun. Doesn't quite work, but it works. It totally works. But again, thank you, Jim, for that. We wish you a Merry Beermas and a Happy New Beer. Very generous. Very much appreciated. And I give a plushie Godzilla holding a gift card and call it good. Speaking of plushie Godzilla, the plushie Godzilla that you got for me for my birthday, which I love, by the way, he kind of perches up top over here and kind of keeps watch. I heard a weird noise early in the day, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I went to go to the bathroom. When I came out of the bathroom, I see him. He's face down in a paper bag. It's like, were you hungry or something, dude? And I pick him up. I'm like, this is just not going to do. And I just kind of moved things around and got him kind of secured up there. And I felt awful. I'm like, my poor Godzilla. If it was an animal that fell off, but if an animal fell, like a live animal, they would have gone or something when they hit the ground. But I felt awful. But I saw it and I hugged it and I thought of you, man. I really did. Hey, Ted Milich. It's good to see you, pal. It's good to see you. You. Hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo. Say, everyone like my Christmas tree? Like, it's legit. It's real. It's the thing. Check this out. It's got lights and it's cool. Got my Care Bears under there. I got Cheer Bear and Grumpy Bear and Flying Fist He-Man's under there with some gifts. There's little tiny gifts in there. It's fun, man. I enjoy it. And I was pretty depressed I wasn't going to have a Christmas tree this year. And I just decided, well, I'm going to get one. and I wanted to get one that scaled well with action figures. So it would be easy to have here, but next year, when we're in a bigger place, then I'll have a Christmas tree with my characters, and it's going to be great. And hopefully by then, the Snake Mountain will be out. It won't be. Well, it might be. They did say fall of next year. So, um, I don't know. I'm just thinking in these terms because in my perfect world, I have the shelves and I'll have the box for Gray Skull and Snake Mountain over here, and somehow I'll have the tree on a floating. You don't need to know yet. You'll see it. Barry says the Care Bear surely like the tree. I think so. Largo says the tree is on point. Appreciate that. Ted Willage says didn't do a tree this year, just a couple decorations out. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Jason Garcia, I don't know if I said hi to you or not. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. The Christmas tree. Oh, Melvor, I have a vintage Snake Mountain complete. I pieced one together late last year, early this year. I don't have it in the room, but the Origins Snake Mountain isn't out yet. I don't have it. I plan to have it for next Christmas because it's supposed to come out in the fall. But as far as a vintage Snake Mountain, I have one. If you want to see it, we'll make a trip up to storage and we can put it together and stuff if you want. Not in storage. I would go get it and we put it together if you want. But yes, I have an old one and I'm going to get a new one. I don't have the new one yet. And yes, Bill Wifta also got a vintage Snake Mountain recently. They're fun. They're fun. Ted Miller says, watch out for that cold front coming. My heat is already on. Let's see here. Ooh, it's going to get cold Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Sunday less so. But yeah, right through Christmas. Gee whiz. Or right up to Christmas anyway. It's going to be really cold. Whew. Good to know. Oof. It's not going to be fun. We're going to be down in the teens, which is very cold for this area, for sure. Very cold. No one asked, preference, real or fake tree? I admire real trees, but I've always had a fake one. As long as I can remember, my parents got a really nice fake tree. We had the same fake tree for many years. And then the year that my parents retired, they bought a new one to kind of signify the new era, right? Plus, my dad said, well, look, if for no other reason, like the box that we have that tree in was just destroyed. So we needed a new box for the tree anyway. Might as well just buy a whole new dang tree. And so I've always been a fake tree guy. Just because it's easier. And I have never bought a full-size Christmas tree myself. I have not. Not for myself. But that is something I'm going to do next year because I want one. And I am going to get the pre-lit one. The pre-lit, because I don't like hanging the lights that much. For sure. But that's definitely where my head's at. Payne's Toy Samples says teens in Oklahoma for you Thursday, Friday, and Sat 20s. Yeah, it's more or less where we're at. Epic Badger says greatest gift is negative temperature. Send those pine beetles packing mountain issues. Fair enough. Fair enough, my friend. But in any case, it is going to be Christmas before I see you again on this particular show. Okay. And there are many of you that are not going to go over to Twitch on my Grindhead Gym channel to watch me there play video games on Christmas, because I know you guys have people to spend the time with. And if you don't, or if you want to, please do. It's for a good cause. We're trying to raise money for veterans that are homeless. So I hope that you'll stop by. How much that in Celsius? So freezing for us is 32. So so it's like 18 degrees, 15 degrees. So negative something or another. It's well below freezing. I'll tell you that much. I don't claim to know Celsius very well. But I want to make sure all of you know that I cherish each and every one of you. I'm glad that we get to have this time together. Whether you're getting gift cards or a lump of coal, I want you to know that you deserve happiness and you deserve respect and you deserve good times with loved ones, and I do my best to be there when maybe that isn't possible for some of you. And that's part of why we're going to be streaming on Christmas Day, as we do every year. But this time I'm going to go back to basics. We're going to stream some Spider-Man. I'm going to stream Marvel's Spider-Man for charity. And I've never played it before. And being a huge Spider-Man fan, who knows? I might go absolutely apeshit. You never know. But then, of course, in between now and then, we've got Resurrection Toy stuff all this week. Big special on the 23rd and the 24th. And the 25th, of course, I'll be streaming for Grindhead Jim. And then you will see me on Monday for the regular Toy Grind, which is the day after Christmas. And I already have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to be talking about then, because I have some great stories to tell. And then New Year's is coming up. So I have a tradition that I've had for many years that I've had to skip the last couple years. But it is to take clips of the show and put them together into like a clip show for you guys for New Year's. So what I tend to do is show the show and then hang out until New Year's, have a couple drinks, and then go bye-bye. That's what I do on New Year's Eve. And then the video of the clips gets released separately after that. So I am already doing that. The patrons have already come together and given me some clips. We've got some decent stuff in here. But I do want to encourage you to, if you have time and you have the inclination, to go back into videos and live streams. And you don't need to do the clip option if you don't want to. All I need to know is the URL of the YouTube video and the timestamp of what you want. Okay? And maybe a brief thing of the heart I'm saying that you want to hear. Something funny, something that shocked you, something that was fun. And again, this can be live streams, it can be, videos, whatever. And all you got to do is message me on social media. And there's also an email on the YouTube page as well. You can email it to me too, whatever you want. And if you're having a hard time finding a way to do that, just leave a comment on this live stream right here and let me know that you need to get a hold of me, and we'll be in touch. Because I do want that clip show to be as cool as possible. I will have some time next week to work on it. So, and that's going to be my priority work-wise all week, because my main job, they're like, we're not doing nothing that week. So whatever you want to do. I'm like, okay. So I decided I would work on the clip show. All right. So it should be fun. And Bill does confirm that that's negative 9.4 Celsius. Whew. And John, thank you. I hope you have a great Christmas as well. And it's my pleasure to help folks out and have some fun. -3 Celsius. Goodness. Bill says, stay tuned. Hope to do something special late night Thursday on your channels. Awesome. I will be there for that. Melvor says 41 Celsius during Texas summer is always fun. And let me just double check. So we got that. Dun, 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 dun. And we're going to get them going. All right, so they're live over there with Resurrection Toys, so we'll be getting that over there here in a bit. But I mean, ultimately, I know I'm dragging my feet, but the main reason I'm dragging my feet is because it is important to me that this is the last show before Christmas, and I want to say it one more time. You are loved and you are appreciated when you are here, and even when you're not here. I think about you guys all the time. My life has been transformed and in so many different ways because of what we do here every Monday. And certainly with the videos and my patrons and everything in between, life would be very different and not nearly as happy if it were not for all of you. You have given me the best gift, and that is the sense of community and love and friendship. And I will be munching on that all day long on Christmas. I do have a small Christmas dinner planned, nothing crazy. I'm not doing a fake turkey for Christmas. I haven't decided which direction I'm going in yet, but I know it will involve gravy. It's going to be lots of gravy. I'm going to really enjoy it. And I like the way Jim Largo puts this. He says, "Godzilla bless us, everyone." Absolutely, and I'm appreciate that, Nolan. You're the best. Bill's going to Resurrection Toys. Love you too. Love Laser Sharks. All right, that's a good thing. Go over to Resurrection Toys. Go over to Resurrection Toys and have a blast. We hope that you have fun over there tonight, watching the sculpt and having that sense of community and hanging out. In the meantime, we will see you the rest of the week over on that channel and look for more news as far as the holiday stream on Christmas Day on the 25th here in the U.S. For more details about how you can help. Thank you guys so much. I love you, and we'll see you very soon. Take care. Cheers.